started with a debate.
It is a special day today to the glory of the Almighty God that we are all exceedingly blessed to be present on this edition of Abia gubernatorial.
A statement of commitment to the social contract with the people.
This debate promises to leverage us with the opportunity to meet our distinguished candidates.
Then, the real governance. Abia's founding fathers envisage a state that will guarantee all-round developmental and sustainable future for generations. But how far have we fared in the journey? In 21 years of unbroken democratic experience, join the Abia debate team on Friday, June 12th, Democracy Day, as we review the Abia project and the way forward. The interaction will be aired live on partner radio stations. Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Real 99.1 FM, Buzz 89.7 FM, and also AF News and Abia Pulse News Online.
All right, beginning the conversation this morning, we will be starting with the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Sir OKO-CHUKWU, who will speak on the thematic area of the governance in Abia State with the focus on infrastructural and socio-economic growth so far.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for joining us today, and happy Democracy Day.
I wish you the same.
All right, sir. Your first question would be, in 21 years of democracy in Nigeria and Abia State, what do you think the good people of Abia State should be celebrating in terms of infrastructure and socio-economic development?
Well, thank you very much. I think if you're talking about in 21 years, I think Abia States and Abians have so much to be grateful to God and be thankful to God for democracy. But because if you look back in the past 21 years, you ask yourself, what was the state of Abia in 21 years ago? What was the state of Umuahia? What was the state of Aba? So when you look at the state of Abia State in the past 21 years and compare it to what we have at the moment, I think we should be very, very thankful to God for what has happened in Abia State. In area of infrastructure, in area of education, in area of agriculture, in all aspects of human endeavor, I think we have causes to be grateful to founding fathers of Abia State who have been part of this success story in the past 21 years. Well, talking specifically, if you look at Abia State, you will discover that in area of agriculture, I think we have done pretty so well, especially what the present administration have been able to do. We'll try to see what we can do in trying to rejig what our great father Michael Okpara did in area of oil palm. The present government will be able to also to go for a hybrid oil palm, tenera seedlings, and we'll be able to get about 4 million tenera seedlings of oil palm, and that has been also been distributed to all our farmers and all stakeholders in Abia State to ensure that we'll try what we can do to sustain what Michael Okpara did in the years past. We've also tried to ensure that we introduce and encourage our people to go back to agriculture and brought in improved rice seedlings and cassava seedlings. In area of cocoa production, I think we have also done pretty well. You remember that in the past 5 years or thereabouts, Abia State was, is it 5 years? Yes, about 5 years or 6 years back. was recorded as the first in cocoa production in the entire federation. Though we have fallen below that ranking now, but we're doing our best to ensure that we get back to that position. In area of poultry production, you remember that we used to have the OKO-CHUKWU golden chicken, which had gone moribund. But very recently, this administration, we have also tried to encourage our people and also try to build some poultry clusters in Abia State to encourage our people to go back into, to poultry production. That's, I will tell you, we are also succeeding. We have already completed one in Iselangwa North, and another one will be coming up in Abia North very soon. So that are the few things that we're doing. We have also anchored into this anchor borrower scheme with the CBN to ensure that we get deeply involved into agricultural production. Having said that, in the area of education, I think we have also done pretty well. You know that at the moment we have how many educational institutions in Abia State? We have Abia State University. We also have Abia State Polytechnic. You have Abia State College of Education in OKO-CHUKWU. And we also have a College of Health Sciences and Technology in Abia. And you also have the School of Nursery and Midwifery. And these are what how far we have been able to do. And if you ask yourself, what was the position of education 21 years ago, and you put it side by side with what it is today, you know that we have done pretty well. And in the area of performance of our people, you also discover that for the past four years or thereabouts, Abia State, our people have been coming top on the chart of all the exams conducted by WAEC and NECO in the entire federation. So I would say that we've done quite well. So when you look at all these, put them side by side, that's why I said we have courses. We should have courses to thank God and say, yes, we have done pretty well, though we have not gotten to where we are supposed to go to, but I am convinced that we're on the course of getting to our promised land. And you will also agree with me that very recently we've also embarked on trying to, try to ensure that we renovate most of our primary schools and secondary schools in Abia State and build, more new classroom blocks. The past couple of 2 years or thereabouts, I think we've been able to do up to 380 something. In fact, above that number of brand new classroom blocks in Abia State. And you also should also agree with me that before that time, we used to have a flagship board, but the thing went moribund. And very recently, we had to bring that back on board, all in a bid to ensure that we continue to assist the indigent ones amongst us and those ones who are doing very well. Probably we do not have people who will fund them or fund their education or assist them, so that the scholarship board will be able to stand in a gap for that. So, and in area of trying to ensure that we update the facilities in our schools and also to update our teachers in the current techniques of teaching, we have also very recently been able to expose some of them and bring some experts from Australia to train some of our teachers. And like we also said, we have also tried to ensure that most of these are schools, especially the teachers training schools, like you have the College of Education, Technical OKO-CHUKWU, and the Education Department of the University of Abia State University, where we need to go and subject some of these teachers to retraining, and so that they'll be able to get abreast to the latest techniques of teaching, so that our students, will be up to date, and will get the best from them. And no doubt that is why most of our students are doing wonderfully very well in most of these external exams being conducted by NECO and WAEC. And I would also want to try and see, bring you to area of healthcare. Yes, like I said, we probably have not gotten to where we're going to, but when you put what we've done in area of healthcare side by side with what was the position 21 years ago, you can agree with me that we have moved some steps forward. Abia State University, the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery is doing well, and we have also, within our own administration, succeeded in ensuring that most of the courses being done in that area is reaccredited, that which filed some accreditation some couple of years back. So we're doing our best. We have also tried to ensure that we bring back and renovated most of the general hospitals and built some new other ones. Specifically speaking, you know that we now have 4 brand new general hospitals in Abia State, one in OKO-CHUKWU, one in OKO-CHUKWU. There's one in Obingwa, and also the one in we also have the one in Iguano. So those are some of the things that we've been able to do in area of education. And you also know that we have also introduced what does not exist in any part of this country before. That is the telehealth, where you can stay in the comfort of your home. If you have issues, maybe in the night, you should be able to pick up your phone and dial a doctor or make a call, and maybe explain, be able to talk to the next available doctor at that venue, and be able to explain to him or her what is happening to you. You might be, here and then, you might be able to advise you what you need to do, or the next health center that you need to go to, or need to a general hospital that you need to go to, or if there is any investigation that needs to be carried about the particular ailment that you have complained about, to be able to say, recommend and say, go to so. These are things that were not in existence in the past, in the last 21 years, that is presently that we have in area of health. And like I said, we now have they try to also to update and upgrade our absolutes tertiary institution in Abia State, and that to a very large extent is also helping in the healthcare need of our people. And these are things that, like I said, were not in existence before 21 years ago. And in area of trade and commerce, we have equally done well. You know that Abia State, in particular, is noted for our initiative in trade and commerce. Abia State, Aba in particular, seems to be the hub of trade and commerce in the entire federation. And our people are noted for their ingenuity in small and medium scale enterprises. And the government of the day, we have also encouraged them by all trying to ensure that we're able to secure and we've been able to bring in Bank of Industry that was able to extend some facilities to to some of these small and medium scale entrepreneurs, and also with a partnership with ADP that have also been able to extend a facility of about $200 million, for the rehabilitation of both some of these infrastructures that are also enabling the activities of our people who are engaged in this commerce and industries in our metropolis, especially in Abia and
Okay, Your Excellency, Your Excellency. Okay, thank you for the explanations of given. Now, I'd want to ask you the second question. With what you said and what is on ground right now, how close are we towards achieving the dreams of our founding fathers in Abia State? How close are we with all what you've said now that we've achieved in the state? How close are we towards achieving why Abia State was initially created by the founding fathers?
You have when you talk about objective, you have when you talk about the aim. The aim is a long time thing it must even take a whole lifelong distance for you to be able to attain an aim. But you discover that at every segment, every administration manages to achieve one particular objective or the other, and which will cumulatively take us to the promised land. I will tell you that to a very large extent, yes, we are on course. We are doing well. You will discover that over time, because you discover that the aims of the aim to a very large extent will also be expanding. Because maybe by the time our founding fathers wanted an Abia where everybody will live in peace and enjoy the best of all facilities of life. Yes, we are. Like I said, if you look at our road infrastructure, it has drastically improved. But note also that there are thousands and one roads that are coming up on a daily basis. So we are doing well in the process. It is a work in progress. So we are doing our best. And I would also tell you, in like all these areas that I've also enumerated, time will also come when we will not only just depend on this number of, for instance, education institutions that we're talking about that we have in Abia State. We will now need more of that. We're talking about agriculture. You discover that we now need to add more to what we have even have projected. So all these things is a long life kind of a program. Yes, a project. But the fact of the matter, surely we're on the course. But how close we are, I would rather say that it's a relative thing, because to me, I can say, yes, we're very, very close. To another person, you might say we are too far away from it. But the important thing is that at every particular administration, one particular administration try to achieve one particular objective or the other. And when the other one comes, we try to build on that. And at the end of the day, cumulatively, we'll be able to get to where we are going to.
Having said that, Your Excellency, that takes me to your last question. Now, your government has been in place since 2015, and it will be wrapping up by 2023. Now, what legacies will this administration be bequeathing to Abia State by 2023?
First and foremost, I will tell you that one of the legacies that we'll be bequeathing is that we had an administration where everybody is an equal participant. An administration where the press is free, an administration where people can ask questions, an administration where people are not hampered. You can express your opinion. You can say whatever you want to say, and ask whatever question that you want to ask. Again, we will also be noted as an administration that did their best in terms of trying to turn around the fortunes of Abia State in terms of in the area of infrastructure. Because the number of roads that we've been able to build within this period, between myself and yourself, will be able to, you know the truth. I don't think there is any administration that has been able to build the number of roads that we've been able to build. And we'll also be noted as an administration that came all out to ensure that we'll do our best to satisfy Ndabe to the best of our ability. That administration that is very, very sincere, administration that is very, very transparent.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time. We do appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It all started with a debate.
This is a special day today to the glory of the Almighty God that we are all exceedingly blessed to be present on this edition of Abia gubernatorial.
A statement of commitment to the social contract with the people.
This debate promises to leverage us with the opportunity to meet our distinguished candidates.
Then, the real governance. Abia's founding fathers envisage a state that will guarantee all-round developmental and sustainable future for generations. But how far have we fared in the journey? In 21 years of unbroken democratic experience, join the Abia debate team on Friday, June 12th, Democracy Day, as we review the Abia project and the way forward.
Abia project and the way forward.
The interaction will be aired live on partner radio stations. Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Real 99.1 FM, Buzz 89.7 FM, and also AF News and Abia Pulse News Online